me here, you'll never be low.
So, like, just to start off, like, how would you describe like this year's Tolly Fest? Since you have been part of so many Tolly Fests.
I think version 3.0, which was 2024 Tolly Fest, has reached even better scale of heights, higher scale of heights than what when it was started 2 years back in terms of quality of performance, quality of competition, and the intensity, but at the same time the friendship in which the entire competition happened. And the events, the way they were organized, has reached a new scale of experience.
Would you say this is the most well-organized Tolly Fest yet? Or would you say the previous years were like better? Or like there's been like certain amount of change that has taken place here?
Every year there's a change for the better. When we started in 2022, we started from scratch. So we learned from its experiences, did better than 2020 and 2023. And this year the entire team tried to do even better than 2023. So 2024 is now setting the benchmark for 2025. So I wouldn't say it's the best. Every year we've tried to do better than the previous year.
And for personally, like for you, something that stood out, like maybe an event, maybe an individual who stood, like something that caught your eye in a way.
What caught my eye was the spirit in which this Tolly Fest was conducted, and people experienced the Tolly Fest. It was like people came from across various sections of the club. They never knew each other, but suddenly you found a spirit of camaraderie, bonding. I think that's the essence and the success of Tolly Fest.
Like something you want to perhaps improve for next year, like
I wish people who give their names for participation, register themselves, don't drop out, and that creates a lot of chaos for the teams who've actually selected them or drafted them. Therefore, I wish that anyone who gives his or her name for their various events participate in, so that doesn't create a void in the teams, and teams are better equipped to participate.
And in terms of level of excitement, like this year, like have you seen like something that's increased, or like is it like?
No, it's increasing every year because people are experiencing it every year, and more people are coming forward to participate. So the spirit, the excitement, the enthusiasm, the thrill to participate is increasing every year.
If you have to describe this year's Tolly Fest in one word, what would it be?
I would say exhilarating.
That's good. Thanks, man. Like general overview of this year's Tolly Fest.
Amazing. It was every year the fest. This is the third year running, and every year it seems to be getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I think it's just going to become huge in the years to come.
And like in terms of excitement this year among your team, among the other participants,
you can see around that the people are just coming in for the prize distribution. It's just fantastic. The camaraderie, the friendship that has been developed, and people have made new friends. And next year they're going to make even more new friends in the new fest.
In terms of your team, so like how would you do? Like how are you satisfied with your performance this year, or would you want to do it?
I don't have a team. I'm satisfied, 100% satisfied with the way the fest has run, and it's just fantastic.
And if you have to describe this year's Tolly Fest in what word, what would it be?
Fantabulous. One word. Thank you.
Since you've been, he just told me that you've been part of the organizing committee for like 3 years now. So like how was this year different, like from last year?
Well, we got more participants. There's a full euphoria about the fest, which has just grown year on year, and yeah, we got some new disciplines added. So it's always good fun to become more complex as from the IT point of view, but it's fun to have more people in.
The level of enthusiasm and participation, like of course you will know best. Right? Has there been an increase this year?
Absolutely, I think people, as soon as the dates were announced, they cancelled their travel plans to wherever in the world they were going just to be here and enjoy the fest, because Tolly really comes alive at this juncture, when we have this fest around. So, and the energy is amazing for the entire 9 days that the fest goes on.
And something for you as like you have been part, like you have observing like all the events and all the participants possible. Something for you that stood out, like certain eye-catching,
So I played a lot of tournaments, inter-clubs, etc. over the years. But there's something special about Tollygunj Club, and that is its members. The level of sportsmanship and camaraderie which is here in this club is absolutely unbelievable. And every fest, it just that particular thought just keeps coming back and saying, you know, how amazing we are as a unit, and the members are what makes this club.
Like, you know, something that you would better next year, like, you know, for the next years.
Well, there's always scope for improvement.
Yeah.
We keep learning every single time. So yeah, there's nothing specifically like that, but I think the teams are enjoying themselves more. More kids are getting involved, so we're moving in the right direction.
And if you have to describe, like, you know, this year's event in just one single word, like, you know, something.
Well, enthralling is the word which comes to my mind. And each and every discipline, to watch them, to watch the level of competition was absolutely spectacular. So yeah, that's the spirit.
That's about it.
Okay, thank you.
As a member of the like, core committee, like, you know, how was like organizing this year's event different from last year's, and what was it, for the better or for the good?
So last year I was a captain,
Okay.
but yeah, I think organizing the event was super fun. There was a lot of hard work and planning went into it, and in the end, I think we've had a good show. Hopefully, that's for the feedback we have been getting. But definitely, over the years, it will become bigger and bigger and better and better.
And in terms of excitement, like, you know, I've been asking this question to a lot of people, like, in terms of how would you describe personally, like, being part of the organizing committee, like, how would you describe the level of excitement among the participants here?
So everybody's enthusiastic. Tolly is alive for the last 8 days. There is hustle bustle going in this club. Every day we are having something or the other, and you have to imagine 600 plus participants registering their name. I think it's a one platform where people get to know each other. Otherwise, we generally into our own sports and disciplines here. It is an intermingling of various disciplines into teams. I think it's a great platform.
Certain challenges, like, you know, that you might have, like, you know, faced, like.
Not much challenges keeps coming, but it has always overcome. I think our biggest where we had to rack our brains was the auction process, how we don't get repeats, and how each player who's playing multiple disciplines gets drafted into a different team. So it was more of an IT challenge than anything else, but I think our IT department did a phenomenal job building the auction software and the drafting software and everything.
And in terms of smoothness, like, you know, was this year's like event a smooth affair, or was it like this?
It's been smooth.
Okay.
It can get smoother, it can get perfect, but I think the fun is the way we have there.
Yeah.
You know, it's always something or the other is going on. I think overall it was a very, very smooth event.
And if you have to describe this year's event, like, in one word, like, because, like, you know, what it would be? A single
Fabulous.
word. Fabulous. That's about it. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Edition of Tolly Fest, it's just got bigger, better, more beautiful, but the spirit just stays the same. That's what's so awesome. I think this year everybody's saying, and I feel it too, we've just taken it to a different level, and that is kudos to the team, all the people involved. I think what really sets apart the Tolly Fest, there are fests in other clubs, is the fact that the tremendous ownership that is taken of this event, of these 8 days, by everybody involved, right from staff to members to management to all the resource people involved. And that's what makes it so special. Go Tolly.
So, if you have to describe this year's Tolly Fest, just say a few words.
Okay, there's, mathematics, there's an arithmetic progression, there is a geometric progression, and there is an exponential progression. So that means this has actually gone up exponential. So it's 2 plus 2 arithmetic, 2 into 2 geometric, 2 power 2. But here it's 2 power 3. It's gone up a bigger scale than last year. I joined last year in November, and I was involved in Tolly Fest 2023 from the inception, along with Pro Touch and all of you. It was, I believe, a shade better than the preceding year, but this time it's gone up, really gone up. There have been a lot of more sponsors. There have been a lot of events between. The number of the formats have also changed. There have been a number of cultural melas and fests between days, and it's been drawing great crowd. Fantastic music, solid chart, great.
In terms of excitement among the participants and the teams itself, like how would you describe that? Is it like something that's enhanced from last year, or is it the same?
Yeah, it's gone up. It's gone up. You see, the number of registrants went up. So we had almost last year I think we had about 800 odd. I forget the number, but this time we had just over 1,000, and from that we shortlisted about 460 for the final qualifiers. So that's indicative of how many more people have been responded to. Amazing. The energy is more, the interest is more, and I wonder where it will go next year.
And like if in terms of the whole, like are you satisfied in general like with this year's event, or would you want like are you like would you have done something better
I
perhaps?
can only say that Tolly Fest has taken its Tolly, taken its toll so far.
Okay.
Very, very satisfied. It's very satisfying. It's a very continuously. There's a lot of it's a mind-boggling event. You've been seeing it yourself. Going through various phases from the auctions to the drafting. But at the end of it, when you see that the club members are extremely happy, this is about one time when people in a team get to meet each other. You're members of the same club. But I think that's very special here. So when you have a festival like this, there's a lot of bonding and camaraderie between people. So people come to know each other, they forge new friendships. So that I think is that kind of suits and promotes the ethos of the club. Absolutely satisfied.
In terms of so I've talked to so many people regarding like they talk about the how the Tollyganj Club has like been a patron of many events, many sports.
Yes.
So like, do you think this kind of like this event in general would like enhance this sporting culture in Tollyganj, in Tolly Club itself, among the people, among the members?
Absolutely. So there's always something which motivates everyone at every level. I mean, you play a game, there must have been something which took you towards the game. There's a new movie called Fighter which is coming in. You know of it. So I'm sure what will happen as a result of a movie like Fighter coming in is that you will have more people, more young gentlemen, young people who will want to apply for the Air Force. So it's analogous to this. So you have sports, you have people winning, people playing sports. It creates a yearning amongst others. It begets itself. You see what I mean? Absolutely. I'm with you on that.
And the final question, like in your own words, like if you have to describe like this year's event in one word, like how would you describe it? What would be that word to be precise?
Supercharged.
Super. Just to start off, your thoughts on this year's Tolly Fest.
Oh, I think this year's Tolly Fest has been absolutely magnificent. It's growing from strength to strength every year, and this year everyone thoroughly enjoyed it.
Since you have been like involved with Tolly Fest for a very long time, what difference do you see in this year compared to the previous years?
I think the difference was fundamentally one of scale and greater participation of our members, and also a lot of support from very many sponsors. When we started this 3 years ago, it was at a smaller scale than what it is this year.
Are you happy like seeing the level of excitement and the level of participation that has taken place this year?
Extremely happy. I had founded this concept and started the Tolly Fest in my year as president of this club. And I must say at that time I had not anticipated that it would grow so rapidly and gain so much momentum. So I'm very pleased to see the level of participation and the commitment of all the team members.
Since you're the brain, this Tolly Fest is your brainchild. How would you certain things that you would do like to add, perhaps in this?
I think this is perfect. What we need to continue to do and do more of is to enhance relationships to build friendships across the teams, across the different disciplines, because Tolly Fest is all about inclusivity and diversity. We have people of all age groups, from those who are less than 5 years old to those who are 85 plus, participating in Tolly Fest, across gender and across different disciplines at the club. So Tolly Fest it's a festival. It's all about building friendships. So we need to continue to enhance doing so.
You have seen the growth of Tolly Fest for a very long time. are you sad? Like, do you love where it's going?
Oh, I absolutely love where it's going. I think it brings the club together and makes it different from anyone else, anywhere else. Tolly is a club that we love, and we love Tolly not only because of the physical facilities, but because of the relationships that we have, that the friendships that we enjoy here. And I think Tolly Fest is helping.
And if you have to describe, like in your words, a single word, like, that will encapsulate the entire, like, Tolly Fest, this year's Tolly Fest, a single word.
Magnificent.